Burgundy Ballers, welcome back to another episode of the Ballin in Burgundy podcast. Yeah. And guys, I somehow turned into main event Jay Uso because it's just me, Us. Now let me stop. So yeah, it's just me, Andrew and Chris. They're all doing school stuff. Justin is at work, so one's in the chat for him. He's a firefighter. For those who don't know, but I got the guy, the mock draft maestro, one of Underdog Fantasy's famous and most well-known, and probably their favorite spokesperson.
They got Brett Colbert, so
that they do, but the one and only Broshmo, my guy. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No, thank you. Like I said, normally Andrew and Justin and Chris would join, but they got school and work, and I was like, that's more important.
It's all gravy, baby.
It's all good. It's all good. Well, for those who follow us, it is about that time. It is Friday night as we record. You'll see this on Saturday because we are going back home. We've had two straight road games. Go 1-1. We should be the Seattle last week, but it is what it is. We go home. We face the New York Giants, round 2, battle in DC for the third place spot in the NFC East at this rate. We're maybe for the 9th seed at this rate. It means almost nothing. They're 2-8.
Hey, y'all fighting for that wild card though.
We are fighting for that wild card, but it's not looking too hot. We are 4-6. They are 2-8. They are starting to Danny DeVito's long lost stepchild and Tommy DeVito. Andrew Thomas is out. Dory Jackson's going to be out, so they're going to be on their third string left tackle, second string left tackle, third string corner, third string QB. On paper, we should eat. In theory, we're probably going to lose some.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know, man. I feel like y'all going to come back with a vengeance after dropping that last one.
Dropping to Seattle. We need to. I need Jack to wake up.
I mean, dropping to the Giants previously.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I need Jack to wake the hell up. I need Ronders to show emotion.
Y'all just need to put up offense, and in theory, I think if y'all put up more than 10 points, you win the game.
Probably.
In theory.
Because let's see, we start out the season dropping 20 to Arizona. We put up 35 against Denver. We put up 38-31 respectively to Philly. We just put up 20 on New England. We just put 26 on Seattle. And then we get shut out. We get shit on by Buffalo. We get shit on by the Bears. And then we decide to not show up against the Giants last time.
Wink Martindale coaches a good defense there.
He does.
Good. They're well coached. I'll say that. They're well coached. I want to call them good.
Yeah, well coached enough to where they somewhat stay in the fight, unless your name is the Cowboys. And then you get railroaded.
You want to talk about the Miami Dolphins of the NFC? Dallas Cowboys.
Philly was supposed to be that, and this year it's Dallas. Philly's all over the place.
I don't know, man. I'm thinking Dallas probably, hopefully, turning a lead over. Like
maybe,
potentially, but I mean, you can't really take them serious in the playoffs. Not right now, not yet. I mean, they got one playoff win last year, but that was against Brady and
an injured Bucs receiver core.
Yeah, no, that team was broken before they even got there.
That Bucs team was the Kansas City team when they were in the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay. Just no offensive line. Couldn't find any open receivers. It was rough.
Rough gone.
That was rough. Yeah, I need Jack to wake up. I need Ron to show emotion other than just
stoic Ron Rivera. You think he gets canned, or
one of two things will happen. Either if we lose on Sunday, we fire him, and we should have when we lost the Chicago Bears game. Or we write out his contract like with the Pittsburgh Steelers and let him go at the end of the season. But right now it's looking like he's staying. Belichick rumors are spreading like wildfire, and I do not need the Sith Lord in the nation's capital.
Get him out of the AFC East, please.
I'll send him to Dallas. How about that? We'll send him to Dallas, make it even. He can go burn that fire down.
So you think, okay, so if Ron Rivera does regardless, if he gets fired or he rides out the end of this year, do you think then they just clear out the coaching staff, or do they retain Eric Bieniemy?
I think this was my thing when they hired Bieniemy at the start of the offseason and during the offseason is you don't hire him unless new ownership has faith in this offensive coordinator. You don't bring someone that name prolific. I mean, that'd be bringing in a John Harbaugh, bringing in Andy Reid, bringing in Mike Tomlin. You don't bring in this high value, big name who can't get a head coaching job but can coach an offense to good effect. It at least brings you into the top 15 of a team, which we've needed for a while. I would keep him in it for another 2 seasons. See what he can do. Give him a competent GM, singular, not plural, not, well, we've got Mayhew and we've got this guy, and we've got John. No, one singular GM that says, I want to work with the enemy. Let's reinforce what we are not good at, or let's reinforce what we're good at and solidify what we're not good at so we make this our strength. Because right now, it was supposed to be our defensive line. We decided to gut that on both edges at the trade deadline, got a second, a third, and that second's probably going to be around pick 35 the way this is going. Pick 36. And I mean, I'll take that. Essentially what Miami did last year with Chase Claypool is they basically gave up a second, turned into a first-round pick with that forfeit. But I would keep him, bring in a competent GM, bring in a younger but smarter defensive coordinator. Del Rio's in his 70s or 80s, and he might be just a walking corpse at this rate. Get him out of here. I will look towards college, honestly. I know people are like,
Yeah.
man, you guys can't afford it. First of all, we have $90 million cap space going into next season, so shut your mouth. Secondly, if new ownership will ship out Chase and Montez within 3 hours, and then 3 hours earlier shipped out James Harden, I think he'll spend some cash. Now, it won't be Jim Harbaugh because he's going through things at Michigan, but it could be the Penn State defensive coordinator. It could be the Air Force defensive.
Oh, you don't want Manny Ramirez, or was it Manny? Oh gosh, I don't know. He horrified my Hurricanes. He was a former Hurricane head coach, so I mean, he's probably a fine defensive coordinator. I just got a bad taste in my mouth with.
I mean, it could be the Air Force defensive coordinator for all we know, and that's a top 10 defense in college football right now.
So my next question is: does he remain OC or does he go to head coach?
I would move him to head coach.
Move him to head coach.
Move him to head coach, and then I would bring in a younger offensive coordinator / assistant head coach. Essentially, what he is now, make that next year.
Okay.
Because I want two eyes on the field. I don't want the offensive coordinator sitting in the press box like his name's Matt Canada. We ain't doing this. Because I would rather have two opinions and say, all right, what looks good? All right, I like this jet sweep. How can we improve this? Well, let's get a left tackle that can, move. Let's get a left guard who can, sit and just make sure he's not getting around the edge. Let's get a center who can snap the ball and protect, not name Nick Gates. Like it's the little thing. It's only the tackles we have issues with. Guards were decent. Tyler Lawson is still producing. It's these tackles. So I would keep him as the head coach, whether it's Ben Johnson, whether it's, Brian Johnson, whether it's, Indy's offensive coordinator, whether it's college, whether it's whoever he brings from KC like he does. Make that the assistant head coach / offensive coordinator, and don't butt heads, be on tandem, because we haven't had that in years. That's the way I see it.
Cool. That's what I was like, because I was thinking, man, okay, so what happens if because I can't imagine them also getting rid of Bieniemy, but I mean, the Colts did a similar thing by retaining Gus Bradley last year.
Yeah.
But washed the offensive side of the ball for the most part. They retained a lot of their position coaches, but yeah, I was like, oh, do they maybe just give the full just let Bieniemy just control the offense, and then you bring in a defensive minded head coach with whatever position coach he wants to be the DC and name. So I think there's a lot of interesting ways that Washington could go.
There are. And I forget I was talking with Tony, our guy at Protect Sports Network. I was saying this with Rio Robinson during the offseason, during this season when we started, is bring guys in who've played ball, like a Ryan Kerrigan, like a Warren Sapp, like a Champ Bailey, to be a positional assistant coach, be a position like like Ryan Kerrigan as your defensive line coach who's played with Allen and Payne. You're telling me they wouldn't listen to him and see, oh, I played with you, might have been towards the tail end, but what can you teach now? These new, whether it's Jones Jr., KJ Henry, Hill, if it's, Chop Robinson, if it's Jared Verse, if it's Leao Tulatu, whether it's some of those, my guy out of Florida, Prince something. I don't know how to botch his name.
Oh yeah, Princely.
Yep.
No.
No. Whether it's one of them, like coach them, because you had 97.5 sacks. You were the most underrated edge rusher out of your draft class that had a Von Miller and a J.J. Watt.
Wow.
I would take that coach and Warren Sapp, John and Payne. They're not playing well right now. Have a Super Bowl winning defensive tackle come and say, y'all need to step the royally fuck up. They paid you this much money and you're not playing like it. That's why Chase didn't get paid. That's why Montez didn't get paid here and got paid in Chicago. It's the little things.
But I think an interesting name maybe to bring up as a potential head coach, I think, is Jared Mayo, the kind of DC for the Patriots. Or he might be willing to take it because they don't give him that label. He basically splits it with one of the Belichick sons.
Yeah.
So maybe he just takes the DC job. But there you go, former player.
Because they've always had a good defense, and they were shaping up until Judon and Gonzo got injured.
Yeah.
And now they're still playing well against us. Although our offensive line doesn't know how to block to save their life.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not helped out by Mac and Cheese in that offense.
No,
to be fair, like Mac and Cheese doesn't have much help around him, so
no, but he's not very good either. We thought Bill O'Brien we thought Bill O'Brien was a comeback and at least give him middle of the pack kind of play calling. He's one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. And
I'm kind of curious. They off this week, right? Or do they got a game?
I think New England's off.
They're off. I'm kind of curious who will be their starter then moving forward. If they go with Zappy or they go back to Mac.
I think the Patriots are in the same boat as the Jets. Is they're just going to stick with their number one until they get them killed. It's what Salah's been doing the past 2 years with Zach. Is I'm going to stand by him. We like what we see. Well, what do you see?
They see the second overall pick.
Yeah, exactly. Mac was, I think, 15th.
15. Overall? Yeah, they just sat on their pick.
Well, I mean, good for them. He didn't trade to do anything.
Yeah.
Although Mac probably could have gone to San Francisco and done what Brock Purdy's doing now.
Ooh, man, that's what a lot of people thought was going to happen.
Exactly. And Brock's making it look easy outside of the last 3 games, and then they destroyed Jacksonville.
Yeah, it was business as usual this week, man.
Yep.
This past week. They're getting healthy too. That's kind of a big thing. They had Debo and Williams back.
Yep. Let's speak of injuries real quick. And not my Commanders this time. Let's talk about Joe Burrow getting injured. That Burrow and Mark Andrews just getting hurt. We were talking about this earlier before we started recording. Is those were rough injuries on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah.
Like, people want to say, oh, Logan Wilson's to blame.
Yeah.
Those coming in with this wrist thing coming into the game.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. Whatever it was, it obviously got aggravated during the game.
Yeah.
Way worse, out for the year.
Yep.
It might not have been that serious though coming into the game, and just something popped.
I think it was the fall that he took from
like the
Smith when he just landed all wrist first.
Yeah.
I think that's what, because people could have said, oh, it probably was a sprained wrist. Now it's destroyed because it was a torn ligament, I think.
Yep.
Like, that's got him all year. So it's Jake Browning and who? That's the question.
Let's see what AJ McCarron's doing.
I think he's on their practice squad.
Oh, perfect.
I think that's the thing. I think he's on their practice squad as of like week 4.
That's great, dude. AJ McCarron's a dope dude.
Good on him. You were I think the MVP of the XFL when it was still there.
Yeah, he was on. I forgot who was on.
The Battlehawks, I think.
Was it the Battlehawks?
I think it was St. Louis Battlehawks.
Golly,
And then
that's
he's
sick.
he's back in the NFL on what was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender. Now he might scratch the wild card.
They would have been, man. They would have been. They were playing hot outside of the Houston game, which they still played well. It's just
Yeah, that was
Houston's a really hot team.
yeah.
But golly, I mean, they still got a really good defense. And Browning, honestly, okay, Browning at the end of the game, I get it. The game's already out of reach. Ravens probably not playing, big press defense, but like
Yeah.
they were still blitzing the hell out of him
They
all
were.
night. And he didn't look terrible. I can't imagine he's gonna like be great, or I think he'll be competent enough,
Yeah.
maybe lead them to a couple of victories. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, you're in the AFC. Your season's over, Bengals.
Yep. Hell, in the AFC North, they're the 4th seed in their own division again, beyond Cleveland, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh's 6-3.
It's Mike Tomlin, man.
It's Mike
He
Tomlin.
sold his soul to the devil, dude.
He sold something. I don't know if it's his soul, his mind. He did something. But yeah, I mean the Bengals sitting at, I think it's 5-5 now. I don't
think so.
I think they could win 7 or 8. I don't know if they may. I don't think they have a winning record this season.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's gonna be tough now with 17 games. You got to
Yeah.
clear 9 wins to get that winning record. That's just too much.
Yeah, and Browning is, I think, a rookie too. It's his first year in the league.
No, he's been for a little bit.
Has he?
Yeah. Coming out of Washington, he's been in the league for like 3 or 4 years.
They were saying, "Oh, this is his first year." I'm like, that doesn't sound right.
Maybe a playing time.
Hey, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe a playing time. Let's see, he's 27.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's been in for like 3 or 4 years coming out of Washington. See, now I'm doubting. Did he even come out of Washington?
Oh yeah. He was undrafted in 19 out of Washington. He was in Minnesota from 19 to 21, and then got picked up by Cincinnati. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. I was like, that doesn't sound right. I could have sworn I remember him being in the draft. I could have sworn I remember that being in 19. Like, oh, who's this guy?
I mean, when they don't play, I mean, it's hard to remember those guys.
Yeah.
Like I think the Cardinals last week, they just started someone at guard. I was like, who the hell is this? And he's apparently been in the league for like 4 years, mainly as a practice squad body, but got his first start. It was like something O'Donnell or something. I can't remember, but
yeah.
Good on him. Yeah, actually had a good game.
I mean, hell, even just getting promoted to 53 is a good thing out of itself, because I think practice squad maybe makes 40 a year.
No.
So if you get picked up to the active duty or to active roster, you probably hit something in your contract, like, oh, an extra 20 grand.
Yeah, I don't know exactly
like
how financially it works, but
I don't know either.
Good on them.
It's too much. I mean, good on them. I mean, if the NFL can take 60 grand away from Jalen Warren for a football hit, I think they can spread.
That's been so ludicrous this season. The fines have been ridiculous, especially to running backs.
So,
they got Josh Jacobs too.
Yep. Warren's gotten it. Jacobs has gotten it. I think Gibson and B-Rob have both gotten it the past few weeks.
No, I can see B-Rob get it.
B-Rob can get fined a little bit here and there, but he's more of that bruiser running back anyways. He runs it. I think Pacheco's gotten it. I think DeAndre Swift's gotten 2. I'm missing a few more. I think it was like week 8 that they already dished out like 13 million fines.
Ridiculous.
I was like, that's more than like probably half the NFL makes.
Like NFL not looking good here with fines. They had the officiating been a problem nonstop. Last night,
the past 2 weeks of my Commanders alone. When Blandino was saying that shouldn't have been an ejection, that shouldn't have been a helmet, that the sack got taken away from KJ Henry shouldn't have been. Roughing the passer is the stupidest call they've ever implemented into this league.
I think within It's out of hand. I'll say that. It's out of hand. I mean, within reason, like
Right.
you should be able to tell what's a rough in the passer. It's just like how we don't know what a catch is anymore.
Oh yeah, nope. Don't know how to.
Yeah,
It's one thing if the ball's already out and then you decide to go head first. All right, cool. Roughing the passer, 15 yards, you put up a fine. I can wash my hands clean. But he tackled, rolled, and rolled off the quarterback. And he got up like, cool. And there's the flag. All right, cool.
Yep. I mean, you go to like the Eagles Cowboys games.
Yep.
There was like a great example of, oh, that was a terrible call on Hassan Reddick.
Hassan Reddick.
Who it shouldn't have been called. And then later in the drive, you had I think it was Jalen Carter who came in late as Dak was going to the ground, just landed on his head, no flag. And it's like, what is this?
Choose one.
I know, right? There's just college doesn't have, I think. I watch enough college. I don't see this inconsistency.
I don't see this enough. Like they might get out of hand with like the holding calls and the false starts in colleges, but they're kids. It is what it is. But yeah. You don't see roughing the passer. You don't really see DPI or OPI that much. You get here every game. It's about 4 or 5 flags. You could point out and say that's egregious. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I mean, college has the superior penalty when it comes to DPI, man.
Yeah,
it's like giving them like, okay, well, here's a free 40 yards. Okay, 15 or first down. So like, yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, the hit in the Pittsburgh and
Boston College
game where he decides just to go, and I was like, what the fuck?
It was a ridiculous. I'm glad Boston College lost that game too.
Yeah.
To the third string quarterback on Pittsburgh.
That was
golly, dude.
I was like,
I saw that all on Twitter because I didn't watch the game, but I was just like, what the hell?
I was like, I got Thursday Night Football to watch. Why would I be watching Boston College? You got Ray Lewis out here just headhunting.
I know.
AJ Hawk reincarnated in Boston College. Just
was it Bountygate?
God, yeah, probably Bountygate. Boston College Bountygate scandal 2023 come alive. That I think he got ejected too, as he should have.
Oh, I imagine he would.
Yeah. That I was like, why? Like if that was in the NFL, if that was the NFL, he would have been ejected, suspended,
out
the wazoo. Here it's like, I just go back to class.
Dude, Denzel Perryman, he actually he's taking a 2-game suspension right now because of helmet hits.
Yep,
I think
it was 3.
It was 3. They dropped it to 2, but I was like, what, man? He got suspended for helmet hits for a helmet hit. And I was like, oh, he has 6 on the season. Okay,
exactly.
Okay,
it's the same thing with like Kareem Jackson. It's like he has like 5 or 6.
Oh, I know. Yeah, Kareem Jackson had the really, really, really rough one.
The start this season too is like, all right, you got 1. All right, cool. Now you get another one against Washington in the end zone. I'm like, all right, shocked we didn't kill him on the sidelines. And then he has like 4 more. I'm like, all right, this is outrageous.
You know, he's an old man now though. He's like he just plays with that like no F's. Can give doesn't care.
Nope.
It's like pick up football, man. He's just out there on the playground like, I'm gonna go get mine real quick.
Let me put armor on real quick. All right, time to go kill someone.
Remind these youngins,
right?
What football used to be.
what pre Roger Goodell football used to look like. Headhunting motherfuckers. I mean, if Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Prime Earl, or Prime Cam Chancellor were playing, Polamalu, they'd be arrested on the field for how they would play. They'd be like, sir, how do you plead? Not guilty. Sir, you headhunted 5 dudes. You can cuss 3 of them. And it's how we play.
It's the game.
It's the game. It's why you got a helmet on. But sir, you broke the helmet. I don't know what to tell you. Build better helmets.
Yeah, now you're going way back. Ronnie Lott.
Jack Youngblood is like, come here, boy.
You'd be serving the Calvin Ridley suspension.
They would. Just indefinite. But like, what did I do? You played the game. Excuse me.
Well, shoot.
In that case, let me go be some AB.
Yeah, I still get my ring though, right? Just for
Exactly. Like
Ryan the Pine here.
I'm still getting the Super Bowl ring, right? I contributed. God.
Just saying, if Carson Wentz could be on the bench and get a Super Bowl ring.
if Wentz can do it, if Odell
To be
can,
fair.
get injured in the game and get it, I think.
I was gonna say, to be fair, that was Carson Wentz's best season.
Best
Never
season.
been the same after that
Nope.
injury.
That was the MVP season, and the moment he gets in the playoffs, you're going down.
Did he even make? Did he even make the playoffs? I thought he got hurt like game 14 or something.
Or it might have been a few games beforehand, and then everyone's like, "Oh, Nick Foles is the savior of Philadelphia. Let's ship him out." I remember that because my sister's a Philly fan. I'm like, "Y'all kept Wentz around? Yeah, he's great. No one's winning the Super Bowl."
That's wild that Foles got a payday off of that, though.
So Wentz got paid too. Wentz still got paid.
Wentz fleeced the system. Dude, if you're a first-round quarterback, you're going to get a lot of second chances.
Yep.
Sam Darnold.
Oh, my God.
Sam Darnold was traded for a second and a fourth-round pick.
And I think it was a second, fourth, and a sixth. I think that was the full trade.
Yeah.
And now he's on his third or fourth team.
Yeah, people out here like, oh, Justin Fields won't be able to get no team will give a third rounder. And I was like, you'd be surprised.
Minnesota might.
Justin
Fields.
Dobbs having his Geno Smith year right now.
Good on him. Good on Josh Dobbs.
Dude's a competitor and a rocket scientist.
That man is smart and sophisticated. Knows how to play ball and send someone to the moon. But somehow can't win a starting job.
I'm surprised that no one came after Jacoby Brissett from y'all.
We were shocked too, but I don't think we had put him on the trade block.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's smart to hold on to him if you have playoff aspirations, but
yeah. But I think we were projecting that before the trade line. Like, if someone gave us a fourth, we would take it.
Because like Trey Lance got a fourth. I don't know if anyone's giving a fourth for Jacoby.
I don't know, but the Jets needed a quarterback. The Vikings needed someone. Who else was it?
I hear the Rams
needed someone.
Oh yeah, because they had Rippon. Well, they signed Carson Wentz, so
they did. The Cardinals needed someone because they were starting Dobbs and Clayton Tune. The Bucks needed someone because Baker went down, I think, a week.
Yeah, I think he's still. I forgot what it is. I want to say it's a thumb, but I could be confusing him with Fields.
I think it is a thumb. I mean, he's still putting up like 30, 40 fantasy points a week.
No, he's playing good football. Like, he's looking more like rookie year Baker Mayfield. Like, they should retain him.
They should. They'll probably still draft a quarterback, but keep him.
Yeah, but I mean, now you don't have to draft one in the first round. You know?
Oh, for sure. You could wait till the third and still get someone decent.
Yeah, so especially in this class, depending on who I guess returns.
That is true. Let's do score predictions real quick, and then we'll hop into this draft. So, Andrew's got Washington winning 28-27. Chris has got Washington winning 16-10. I'm gonna go. We only really need 10 to win. I'm gonna go 20-16 just to be on the safe side.
20-16. I don't see Washington or New York being able to put up that many points.
We let Chicago put up that many points. We let them just run all over the field.
Man, they got over under at 37.5.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
We're like 9-point favorites going into the game. It's crazy.
It's accurate.
It should be accurate, but it's crazy.
Yeah, y'all lost to Tyrod Taylor.
We did.
So
we did.
I'm willing to go 27-10. I like that.
I like that. 27-10. I like that. Yeah, I mean, we let Jalen Hyatt just decide. Let me show up on why I was a damn good receiver at Tennessee and decided to go deep on us.
What, for DeVito to underthrow?
Exactly.
For another one of these underthrown pass interference calls.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one last night.
Yep. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's the right call. I just don't know. Like, I don't know what you do about it.
Why are we giving defense crap because the quarterback can't throw a 40-yard ball.
Gotta get your head around.
You
Gotta
do.
get your head around. At least sell like you're making a play on the ball.
Well, some of these plays they're calling is like they're basically the same way, and they're just swatting the ball and they're like, oh, it's DPI. I play the position.
Yeah. Well, I think because they had a bad one on DJ Turner, bad pass interference, but I think the one on it wasn't Cam Taylor Britt.
Was it a Wouzier?
Oh no, it would have been on the Ravens. So I think it was probably Rocky Sin.
Oh yeah, well yeah, Rocky said yeah.
Yeah, which I mean he was beat. That was the thing. He was beat. The ball just ended up underthrown. That's how you end up not being able to turn around for the football. Don't get beat.
Yeah.
Don't get beat. Get in the hip pocket of the receiver and be able to get your head around.
Yeah. See, I mean, it's easier said than done, but
against Jamar Chase, I can guarantee it. It's easier said than done.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? But let's talk about this draft before we do some mocks, because this is going to be deep, just QB class alone.
Potentially, yes.
Potentially. I mean, they just announced that underclassmen can declare for the draft, and now you've got
or go to the Senior Bowl,
or at least go to the Senior Bowl, yeah. And then this projected draft classes: Caleb Williams, a Drake May, a Penix Jr., who's my Heisman right now. You've got Joe Milton, you've got Jordan Travis, you've got JJ McCarthy, you've got who else am I missing?
Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix,
Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix. Yep.
Ewers, so it's loaded.
I think Ewers should go back to Texas.
I think he said he's 90% sure he's going to come back. Along with Deion saying Shadur's coming back.
Yep.
So
which makes more sense. You do 1 year in Colorado, you start off 4-0, and you drop your last 5. Colorado looked like frauds.
I mean, they had only 1 win last year?
They did. I think they were 1-11 last season. So to be
I think this is a reasonable improvement for Colorado.
It is. But he started off the season 4-0. Everyone was like, this team should be bowl bound.
Typically you get the cupcake schedule early on. Bama, Georgia, they all do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, JMU should be ranked and should be in a bowl game for being 10-0.
Well, they got 1 more year till eligible. It's stupid.
It's the stupidest thing.
Yeah. And is it Jalen Green that's the edge rusher there?
I think so.
Yeah. I think he's now out for the remainder of the season.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Sucks. Because I was going checking up on some of these guys I had down, and I was like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that is. Because he was one of the best sack leaders in the nation?
Yeah, he was one of the top. I think he was one of the top guys.
I think so.
Because he went on a run. Like against Marshall, he had 3 sacks. That was the game that I was like, oh, who the hell is this guy?
Just turned into Conor McGregor. Who the fuck is that guy?
Exactly.
The fact that they have College Game Day, as of this goes out today, but they had Pat McAfee Friday. You got College Game Day for Saturday at a Conference USA. I think they're now Sun Belt. Yeah. Undefeated team. That's saying something. I mean, Pat the crew can be like, oh, this is the best crowd, but they packed out that courtyard for a Friday morning.
Yeah. I mean, Sunbelt's very competitive. Sunbelt's a really good conference. It's a shame JMU can't win it because they probably would have won it last year.
Yep.
And good chance they would have won it this year as well.
I mean, they beat Troy, who was the winner this year already. So I already
I think Troy probably runs away with it.
Yeah. Yeah, my ODU Monarchs aren't going to do shit this year again.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, man. That used to be my hometown.
Oh, wow.
Hampton Roads.
Small world.
Yeah, I went to Bethel High School.
Oh, I went to Indian River.
Oh, okay. So you were what is that? Chesapeake?
Chesapeake.
Yeah, yep. My dad was at Norfolk Station, so.
Ah.
Yeah, I actually got a brother-in-law. My sister still lives out there. My brother-in-law works at the shipyard.
Oh, well, there it is. There it is. Small world, people. The more
Small world, indeed.
I'm looking at this guy like, man, this guy's got 1,000 subscribers. He must be living life. I used to be from Norfolk. What the fuck?
not living life. YouTube does not pay as well as some people think.
No, they don't.
Not for guys like me, at least.
Yeah. YouTube doesn't pay shit, and we don't even make money. We're just like,
I get to summer and it's like, well, all right. I am gonna be doing odd jobs.
That's fair. I'm right there with you. But let's do kind of what I said before. I'm gonna share my screen.
Here for the ride, dude. I got the seatbelt on. I'm just the passenger.
I like it. Well, let me do it this way. The way we like to do it is we'll do just straight up commanders and see how we rebuild. Because I might make a trade or two the way this team is looking. So I use PFF. I do have an account. Students get 50% off for PFF for the year, which is quite nice. It's quite nice. I think right now they're offering like $30 off for the yearly plan right now.
Yeah, I looked into PFF Ultimate. I was like, because I would love to get that all 22. 6 figures.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like,
kind of wild.
No,
like, that's how the NFL, dropping a bucket for each team to get that.
Exactly how that works. So yeah, 5 rounds like they give us right now. I go fast so I can see kind of who flies off the board. But as of right now, considering we put in a waiver for Michael Carter and we didn't get it, I'm going to trade Antonio Gibson out of Washington. I think his contract's coming up. He's had fumbling issues every year he's been here.
Can you trade him if he's a free agent at the end of the year?
I mean, I think Trent Williams was a free agent. We traded him on draft day.
Don't you have to? Well, I mean, Trent Williams, he had 1 more year left, though.
Oh, he did have 1 more year left, yeah.
So I don't know, if Gibson, unless you sign and trade him.
That we could do that. I think this is his last year. If not, it could be next.
I think it is his last season, though.
I think it might be.
Yeah, look at me backseat driving.
No, you're good. No, you good. Who would I even send you to? Who needs a decent running back? Raiders, no. Chargers, no. You have Austin Eckler.
I mean, at this point, he's a scat back. I mean,
he is. I'm sending him to Tampa. What can I get? What can I get for you? 4th? No, 5th. I guess.
So. Man, I'll be shocked if a team gave a 5th. Amari Cooper was traded to the Browns for a 5th.
Yeah. From the Cowboys, and I looked at that trade. I was like, "You got what?"
That's what happens when you're trying to get under the cap.
Yeah. Anyone else I would get rid of right now? That's not. If I could trade Cody Barton, but he's not worth anything. Chase, you're actually not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be in San Francisco. And PFF is generally good about updating. They just don't always get ahead with it. In Chicago, you get Montez Sweat since we already have your 2nd round pick. Right now it's pick 37, which will be quite nice. I'm going to stick at 10 because there's not really, unless Joe Alt starts to fall outside of 5, I don't know if we should trade up because Green Bay needs a tackle, LA needs a tackle, and Tennessee needs a tackle. So I'm going to stick at 10.
I feel like there's enough holes you probably want to stay put, if anything, trade down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So start off, PFF is always weird. So they have Drake May going 1st overall to Chicago, then Williams to the Giants. That, please, Lord, not let that happen. Although the offensive line will kill him faster than we kill RG3. So maybe, actually. Harrison to the Empire. Oliver Shanu to Cardinals, his 1st tackle. Neighbors to Chicago, so you get another receiver. They also logically, of course, Green Bay goes defense. Of course they do. What else changes? Joe Alt to the Rams, like I said, Roma Dunze and Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, I think, the only guy I might trade up for, but he's injured right now, so that worries me.
Nah, he'll come back. He's fine. It's not extensive.
No. Do I want to trade back to 15? No. So someone I've been so I'm not going to go edge rusher right now. I think there's enough talent in this draft class where I could wait on edge. This Talise Fuaga out of Oregon State has intrigued me the past few weeks. And looking at his stats from the past few years, show run block grade and pass block grade being at 70, C+, in an A minus all around. No sacks. This is a tackle version of Osiris Torrance, is how I look at it, because he didn't give up sacks at Florida. And I wanted Osiris Torrance. Everyone who follows BIB the past years probably sick of me saying I wanted Osiris Torrance. Well, this is the tackle version, and we need tackle badly. So I'm probably talking too much and overdrafting him there, but I go Fuaga, our first round pick. Won't trade back with the Raiders. Do I go corner or do I go edge? Torn Arnold. 6 foot out of Bama. If I get another Bama player, we might as well be called the Washington Crimson Tide.
Yeah, it's worked out for Philly going with Georgia players.
I don't know how they get away with it.
Teams like the Bears trade down when the best defensive player on the board in the draft is available.
Yeah. We really we don't really need a run stuffing guy as much as more we need a coverage, just standard corner. I like TJ Tampa out of Iowa State. Teron Arnold isn't bad. And Kamari Lassiter out of Georgia. We're gonna take a page out of Philly's playbook and go to Georgia corner. And we get the second. Do I go another Ohio State edge rusher? That's gonna be the kicker.
I would.
Yeah, we probably should. Nick Bosa is the best thing to come out. Okay, I could go the Bama one, but no, I'm gonna go JT. So we shore up edge rusher and corner, and we get the tackle for the future, not named Charles Leno or Andrew Wiley, and I would ship out Wiley as fast as I can. All right, let's see what else. Tight end, offensive line, edge, corner. What do I like? I pick up Jonathan. Jonathan Brooks is also injured, but he was playing really well in Texas this year.
He tore his ACL, though. I think there's a good shot he might even return.
Yeah, that's going to be the real thing. Trey Benson out of FSU has also played well. He's not a bad. FSU's played really well this year.
Yeah, they've had a couple of close calls, but when they're fully healthy, because they've been dealing with, like, Johnny Wilson's been banged up.
I'm going to go linebacker because we need a bag. Go Jeremiah Trotter here at 74. I don't know if he falls all the way to the third round.
I could see it. Just because there's limitations with his size and his athleticism.
Yeah. Do I go back to the offensive line? Probably should. Do I go guard? Or do I go center? I try to go reasonably fast, so I don't spend 45 minutes on one.
You're A-okay.
One thing. Center, not great. What's tight end looking like? He come out of nowhere. 6'6". Where do I go from here? Do I go another edge rusher? You know what? I'm going to overdraft. I'm going to reach on another edge rusher. I'm going to reach highly on Muhammad Kamara out of Colorado State. People may hate it, but I would rather get 2 edge rushers now than wait, and I get nothing in return. Chris Rodriguez, Brian Robinson, Jonathan Williams. Do I feel comfortable with that running back room? Probably not. Halfbacks. What are we looking like? Trayvon, you look good. Marks, you look great. How tall are you? 5'10". Patrick. We're going Notre Dame. We're halfback to bring a little bit of youth back to this room. And with the last pick of the 5th round, at least for us, pick 147, I'm going to go with another. Actually, I'm going back to the offensive line. Maybe not. Never mind. I'm going back to linebacker because I want to reassure us. And I go with, Dumas Johnson out of Georgia. That is my 5th and final pick. Let's just speed this up. So let's see how PFF does in the Broshmo. See how bad of a GM job I did. Honestly, better than I thought. A, B, C, C, B. So overall grade is an A-. what do you think of my GM job?
Ooh. All right, so I like Fuaga. I think he's a guy that can maybe even play either side of the offensive line. I think that's a good addition. I think on tackle, it's probably predictable. You probably want to
Yep.
get off what Leno's contract because
Mhm.
it's just expensive.
Yeah.
So I think that's fine, especially with Brock Bowers got snagged like the pick earlier. I
Yeah.
mean, that would have been super fun. To me, it would have been the sexiest pick, but
Yep.
Atlanta apparently wants another tight end. I imagine in that scenario they trade Kyle Pitts, but
Probably.
Lasser's a nice pickup. I don't know what Kendall Fuller's contract looks like.
He will be a free agent, and he's I think 29.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, corner is like the most volatile position in the NFL
Yep.
to have competition and talent. I wasn't positive that like I would have gone JT there, but
Mhm.
JT made it back, so it doesn't even matter. So it ends up being solid. You get to go in there. Jeremiah Trotter, I actually like Jeremiah Trotter at that value. It's a really solid pickup, especially with Jamin Davis kind of finding his footing. Get someone to pair up with him.
Yeah.
Uh, Muhammad Kamara, the only thing with this edge class, I feel like it kind of drifts off and you start looking at these like probably early day 3 picks, and
Yeah.
Kamara is like kind of one of those guys. I think it's fine at that position. I mean, you're picking at pick 100. I think it's fine. You're getting a really high motor guy that
Yeah.
just plays with his hair on fire, plays tough. Audric Estime, I think I would have gone with Travion Henderson
Okay.
because you're getting just another bruiser here. Because that's kind of what Chris Rodriguez was coming out of
Yeah.
Kentucky. That's what Brian Robinson is.
Is-
I think being able to get a pass catcher, which in the last 2 games, I think he's only returned for 2 games, but Travion Henderson, he's gotten over 100 over 100 all purpose, or no, it was over 200 all purpose yards. He's a guy that can do it as a pass catcher. So if you're truly looking for like that Antonio Gibson replacement,
Mhm.
Estimate probably would have been my pick. And then,
Okay.
I mean, in the 5th round, you're just kind of like taking what's on the board.
Yeah.
Dumas Johnson, he's a captain of the team. He's not exactly performing how a lot of people were hoping. They were thinking
Mhm.
this guy would have been like the next to Kobe Dean, except for with no injury or
Right.
size concerns. I think he could be a good candidate to return just because, like, again, like the skill set, the tools with him are very enticing. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, again, it's the 5th round. You're going to probably take a shot on a guy who's going to play a lot of special team snaps
Yeah.
for you. So it's fine.
I mean, PFF gives me A minus. What would you give this overall grade if you were?
Oh, I really like those first 4 picks. Those are really, really good.
Very heavy defense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah, we need it. We need it.
Yeah. Kamara estimate are fine. I don't for me, I just estimate the fit doesn't feel right, especially if you're which I think they are. They're probably looking for more of a committee backfield at that point. So variety is the spice of life. So you want that variety, and estimate just doesn't give you that pass catching ability.
Yep.
But like all in all, like you're gonna look at the first 4 rounds, and that's what you're gonna grade the draft off of.
Yeah.
So like I'd go with an A minus. I think that sounds about right. A minus, B plus.
Take it. I'll take it. Some of the other mock drafts we used to do during off season would be like, oh, you got a C minus. I'm like, who got a C minus?
I mean, yeah,
At the first,
everyone's
like,
board's different.
that is true. But I'm gonna let you, as well as my go, do your thing, the mock draft maestro, and take over the entire NFL.
Oh, please give me Brock Bowers.
uh, so I will do my best to keep up with your ever-growing encyclopedia and thesaurus of draft knowledge, and let you
Yeah.
run the show.
It's a little big, not too big. Let's run it.
Let's go.
Are we doing every team?
If you want to do every team, I've got it set up. But if you want to do just one team,
Yeah, it's just for Washington, right?
Yeah, we can do it that way too. Let's do it that way.
Yeah. Either or, either or.
Switch it up. I'll let you be the GM
Yeah,
of.
I wasn't sure if I was drafting just for Washington or if we were doing a mock draft.
We'll do just Washington this time and let you do your thing on your channel. And for those who are watching this, head over to Broshmo's Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Go
Not
like.
Instagram. I never check my Instagram.
My bad. Twitter and YouTube. Go follow him over there. If you want the ultimate draft guide going to 2024, go buy it from him. It is some of the best things you will ever invest in. I'm planning on buying one once I get Christmas money from
Once Santa comes to town.
When Santa comes down. It's about a month away. It's already a month away.
Dude, I know. This is my favorite season too. And like that. Part of that's bowl season too. So it
is bowl season already. So let's see how this one will fare against mine. So you want to make any trades before we get started?
Oh no, let's just go in. Let's just raw dog this sucker.
So let's see. I do believe Brock Bowers went 5th overall to join Cole Kmet.
Right.
That'd be a nasty tight end room though. Cole Kmet and Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I mean Brock Bowers. I mean, you could throw that guy out wide. You could throw him in the slot. Like you get real fun, real creative with him. All right, so Washington, first thing, of course, you're going to think of is offensive line, which means we're going to be looking at the tackle. You're picking in the top 10. You're probably not going to go with an interior player. And it's your usual suspects, Latham, Mims, Fuagari go too.
Yeah.
Well, butter my biscuits. So then Mims would be the thought. I do want to look at maybe what the edge. I'm assuming we get the first go at edge, which might be intriguing. Just because if you could, it looks like we get the first go at edge rather than going with whoever OT4 is. Maybe just going with the top edge tackle talent. Honestly, in round 2 and round 3 is pretty solid.
Yeah.
So I have a little faith that there'll be some guys there. A lot of this does depend on who's coaching the defense next year.
Yeah.
But I imagine they won't change too much. Latu's got the red flags with the neck.
The neck.
Yeah, so like I kind of want to lean with actually I think I'm gonna go with Chop Robinson. This dude's just a twitched up, ridiculous athlete. Great story. So yeah, we're gonna go with Chop.
All right.
I do love my boy Verse, though. I do love my boy Verse.
Jared Verse is very good. I might do more depth into him because he's damn good at FSU.
He was better last season than he was. I think he's more all around this season. He put on 10 pounds, and you could kind of tell it's like the explosiveness isn't quite as good as it was last season. So I think he's kind of trying to find what's his best playing weight.
Right.
All right. So Washington, we're here at 37. Now we probably want to take a look at what tackle
is back
talent is on the board because I'm a big fan of Jordan Morgan. I'm actually out here in Tucson, Arizona. So he actually went to high school right around here. So got to know about Jordan Morgan before Jordan Morgan was a potential first rounder.
Nice.
So Morgan's probably the next guy for me. The only question with him is length for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has 33-inch, but if he's a hell of a good athlete, it won't matter too much. We've seen guys with sub 33-inch arms succeed. Your Rashawn Slaters, your Penny Sewells, and such. So that's one spot I'm thinking of.
Okay.
Obviously, you could go with the interior guys too, like Fatanu, but like they have Fatanu as a tackle. I think he probably ends up going to guard or center.
Okay.
Probably guard, but right now playing at tackle for Washington because I mean it's college. Typically, you put your best offensive lineman at tackle.
Yeah.
Other spots you could do the corner class. I'm sure there's a lot of corners left. I mean, we've seen Kalen Keene. He's probably the top guy on my board right now. That's left.
Mm-hmm.
Get him to pair up there with Emmanuel Forbes. I think Forbes will be better, man. He's just had a tough go at it. I think my funniest moment is though Forbes goes into the game for 5 snaps against Philly, gets mossed. Definitely a highlight. The only thing is like you're kind of getting another undersized corner,
Yeah,
not necessarily undersized. He's like 192, but he's like 5'10". So that'd be like the only they list him at 5. He's 5'10". Penn State
5'10".
may list him at 5'11,
Yeah,
but he's 5'10".
5'10".
But I feel like with their next pick at 42, we could probably go up corner if we really, really, really wanted to. So I think I'm gonna go with Morgan. Morgan's close enough to Keen on the board where I'm like, I don't mind sacrificing a couple of spots. So
Mhm.
send it, Jordan Morgan.
Jordan Morgan. So Kalen King did go off the board at right to the Packers, who of course always need cornerback help.
Did trade Rasul Douglas at the
They
trade
did
deadline.
for like a third.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they did have to throw a fifth in there
But it's
to
not bad.
trade him away, but still a third.
That's not
That's
bad
good.
compensation.
That's not bad at all.
Not at all.
All right. So what I took Chop, I took
Jordan
Morgan.
Morgan.
We could look at the remainder of this corner class. Well, TJ Tamp is actually the guy that pops out to me first and foremost. I do want to like kind of it's what y'all got at center right now.
Tyler Lawson, and then on injured reserve right now is Ricky Stromberg, who personally
Stromberg.
I think works better as a guard than he does center.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna end up starting this year.
He should have.
Yeah. So I'm hoping in the third round that this cat that I really like that's playing center at Oregon, I think it's Jackson Powers Johnson. I'm hoping he makes
JPJ.
it. And he's a little further down on my board. I'm hoping he makes it. So I'm gonna go with TJ Tampa. Ridiculous length, ridiculous athleticism. He's kind of the Juju Bretts of this class.
I like that.
Oh, well, there goes Powers Johnson. So
yep. That is the JPJ with all 10 fingers.
Oh, it goes to my Dolphins. I can't even be mad about it. We need offensive line help.
Dolphins fan, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, sitting at
Fins
74.
up, baby. Zach Thomas.
Hey, y'all looking good as long as Tua stays healthy. I think y'all have
Hey, if we could be a winning team, then
yeah.
I'll be happy as a clam.
There you go.
All right. So we could look at running back here because I assume they're all fallen at this point. Marshall Lloyd's interesting. Bucky Irvin. Oh, I like Bucky Irvin. Where they have these guys, I assume I could get it with the next pick. So I'll probably wait on that because I'd be cool with Irvin. I'd be cool with Henderson. I'd be cool with Marks. I'm a big fan of Marks out of Mississippi State.
Yep.
Because under when Mike Leach was still around, RIP baby, he was a phenomenal receiving back for them.
Yeah.
But like he's a lot more than that. So who is best available on the board?
Says Donovan Edwards.
Yeah. Well, he's coming back to school, man. He's having a down year.
Yep. Injured Duke quarterback, but Duke quarterback.
He's coming back.
Yep. Luke Leachy out of Iowa.
Yeah. Oh, there is Trotter. Trotter is
Trotter's still there.
Nice there.
Kingsley out of BYU.
Yeah. I do like Haynes. He just accepted his Senior Bowl invite today.
Wow.
So good on him. I think I would roll with Trotter. I think Trotter's just really good value there.
Yeah, Trotter.
Yeah.
I like it. So third round picks are thinking the same thing as go linebacker if he falls.
Yeah. And I mean, you get into this like this day 2, early day 3 area. You're not necessarily looking at this year's needs, but potentially next year's,
Next year's.
Yeah.
Yep.
That first round, there's a little bit more. Oh, you want this guy to get on the field early.
Exactly.
Day 2, day 3, there's a little less urgency when it comes to that. I love me Bucky Irvin, man. Bucky Irvin's kind of my guy in this class. He's undersized, but this dude's quick as hell, man. He's shown soft hands this season, and he's got a thick lower half, so he just eats contact so well.
Nice.
So get him to be kind of the scat back, but could be a little bit more.
All right, so Bucky Irvin is your pick 100.
He is my pick.
I like it, Bucky Irvin, Bucky and Burgundy. I like that.
Yeah, now we're here in just like best available territory, and Zach Center can't play center. because he's like 6'4", 6'6".
6'6",
6'6",
322
yeah.
is what they
Yeah,
were
ain't
listed
no
as.
way he's playing center.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, you're gonna lose that leverage
Yeah.
game 9 times out of 10.
Yep. He's played all right guard for Michigan.
Yeah. So like he's a guy. He's a good player. So like let's keep looking. Someone to put back in the memory banks. Oh, I love Jaden Hicks, but y'all are pretty set at
Safety.
safety.
As long as Force comes back healthy, I think we're good there.
Yeah. Harold Cross is like a bat out of hell, or Howard Cross.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, again, it's an interior player. Y'all
Yep.
are kind of set there.
Have a decent rotation at D tackle with Payne, Allen, Mathis, Ridgeway.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm assuming.
what are your
Go on.
thoughts? Because I'm a Florida boy. So what are your thoughts on Ricky Pearsall so far this year?
He is a very fun vertical slot. I think a majority of the time he's played in the slot. I don't think he's got the physicality hanging on the outside consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But like, golly, man, this dude has what? He has like 2 or 3 catches are just out of this world this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think him and Roman Wilson from Michigan are very similar in that aspect. It's just like slot players get pushed down the board unless you're
Yeah.
like the highest of the high end. You're not gonna go early. Oh, Chris Abram's straying. I mean, he's undersized, but it's a fun player to see. Yeah, I guess we just roll back to the top at this point. And not in love. Not in love with anything.
We could try to trade back. So far, there's 3 offers.
Yeah, we let's look at tight end. I think this could be a spot for the Colorado State tight end. You got him a little further, Dalen Holker.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me of Dallas Clark a little bit.
Oh.
Might not be like the best blocker, but you don't really have to be with Eric Benamy. He knows how to scheme these guys.
Yep.
And scheme them well. And I mean, you got John Bates still, right?
John Bates. We have Curtis Hodges.
Yeah.
We have who's the other one? Out of Cole Turner.
Oh yeah, Cole Turner ain't blocking nobody.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah, let's go with Holker, man.
All right. Dallin Holker out of so 2 Colorado State kids back to back.
Yeah, he was initially BYU, transferred. It was actually his wife went to Colorado State to for their like track and field program, and he just followed her over there and happened to have like a banger year.
Hey, good on him.
Right. Good on him indeed.
Yeah. Pick 147, the last pick of what PFF's mock draft simulator has right now.
Yeah, we got Cohen. We got Talik is nice. We got a couple of other guys here. Wonder what the you want to take a look at Edge real quick?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, who's on the board? Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Who's on the board? Like, Shane Davis, like dude's high motor, but like he just doesn't rush with a plan. You can tell he's just kind of all over the place.
Is he would you compare him to like a Chase Young?
No. No, Chase Young, one of the best prospects of all time? No.
One of the best prospects was you couldn't have him. You're like, oh, will he play today? We don't know.
I mean, I could see him playing on like third downs, like, hey, just go and get after it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in that area, you know. Yeah, I guess you just kind of take best player available, if I'm being honest. And Cohen's been really good for the Hurricanes. Yeah, I guess we just go Cohen.
All right.
Just keep adding talent. Figure out that left guard position.
Yeah. I think right now, Cosme's playing that left guard.
Is he playing guard? I thought he was still at right.
I know.
Cosme should be your tackle. That's what should be going on.
Yeah, because Wiley is hot garbage.
I don't know. Okay. I know why y'all signed him, but I don't know why y'all signed him. I know Benjamin Kinder, but
early me was like, you sign him, he played with Eric Bieniemy, he protected Patrick Mahomes relatively. You know the system. He gets here, I want him gone by week 3.
He had a hot playoff run, and that's about it.
Yep.
But yeah, no, PFF, they hate my draft. Plus B plus.
I mean, you were more balanced. I just went heavy defense. Like, let me sprinkle some offense. But you went edge, tackle, corner, linebacker, halfback, tight end, guard.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with double dipping. There were a
No.
couple of spots where I thought maybe going corner again, but they did that last year with
Yeah.
Artavius Martin.
Martin. That interception in New England is the only thing that has saved him from a wrath of Commanders fans.
Yeah, well, he hasn't played much, has he?
He's played almost every game.
Oh, got him for I don't think he's been on the field a ton.
Not on the field a ton, but he's played decent amount of snaps. But yeah, they have. Oh, my draft our Andrew and I went live for the draft this year, and our faces when we took 4 instead of gone. So we were like, just burn everything now. Just kill everything. I like this draft though. Tackle, guard is good needs. Halfback is good, especially if you get rid of Gibby. Always need linebacker because
Oh,
Cody.
y'all ain't paying Gibby, so
No, we're probably not.
unless you're moving him back to receiver, y'all ain't paying him.
I have been proposing doing that because you're probably not going to re-sign Curtis Samuel, and you probably aren't going to bring back Pringle and JMO. So moving back to receiver.
He played receiver in college.
He did. That is my whole thing. Is he played receiver at Memphis? Why did you draft him as a running back?
Yeah. Well, I get it. Like he was pretty bonkers after the catch. So like I get it. I get it, but like use him more.
Use him like you just use B-Rob against Seattle. Just put him out in space, give him a ball.
No, what's B-Rob what's B-Rob doing in the receiving game? That blew my mind. I was like, wait, he had the long catch?
I would catch like one hands around the back and then going for like 60.
Wild.
It's nuts.
Probably a once in a career thing. I have a hard time believing I'm going to see that again from Robinson.
It would be the most Washington thing is you play one really good snap and the rest of your career is like he's all right.
Yeah. No, he's a banger like bruiser, but like I don't see him making plays like that in the receiving game.
No,
good pass protector though. So
yeah, he's picked up a few blocks. I think Gibson will be more of your run him out on a screen type of thing.
absolutely.
And then you have Gibson or you have Robinson last week going for like 150 total yards, touchdown, like 8 receptions, 9 carries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all are a very pass heavy team. Y'all know where the money's at.
Yeah, Sam Howell is responsible for like 89% of the offense.
Well, Sam Howell's a monster.
Outside of the sacks and the turnovers, yeah.
He's been better as of late with the sacks, though.
Yeah. Well, it helps when you put in an actual guard and center who can block. And Chris Paul and Tyler Larson.
Oh, I think my little thing here is falling.
Yeah, it's telling you it's time.
Yeah, it's time to re-put it up.
Fair enough. I mean, I got my whole wall. I've redecorated my wall like 1,000 times in college. Oh, they're gonna hate me. But no, I like these drafts though. I really like the drafts. Mine was more defensive heavy. You were like,
which is fine. Y'all got a ton of spots. Like,
yeah,
good fill. Like,
which is essentially where we were in 21. It's like we have holes to fill, and 22 felt like a blur. I was like, oh, let's just draft you, and you. It's like, why? Like, I was excited when we took Braden Daniels. I was like, all right, we get a nice tackle, young, can block. Like,
he got hurt early, didn't he?
He's been on IR since like the preseason. Yeah, he got hurt early. I was like, all right, nice young project tackle. Ron can do his thing and make him reasonable. And no.
Yeah. And the beauty thing about him was I think he played all 5 positions at Utah.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds like Ron loves your versatility on the offensive line. If they can play center, guard, and tackle, he'll take them.
Well, maybe you won't have to worry about Ron next year.
I hope not. I mean, Bill's no shining star. I don't want him either. I mean, you guys got him made with McDaniel, and
he was my top candidate. I wanted him, and I wanted him so bad.
He's doing good. I mean, his press conferences are a little interesting.
He can do whatever the hell he wants. As long as I see it on the field, I don't care.
I mean, you drop 70 on Denver and then you lose by 25 to Buffalo. It's like,
Hey,
what?
Buffalo was good then. They were good then.
And then,
At least that's what I'm saying.
yeah. And now I don't know what they're doing now.
Oh, they're firing their OC. Gonna get to
Offensive
see
coordinator.
Joe Brady's offense.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of excited to see Joe Brady back in a OC role. I didn't think he got a fair shake over at Carolina with what was that cat's name? Matt Rule.
Yeah, Matt Rule. Carolina is not a great team this year either. I was expecting much more from them.
Rookie quarterback. You have a first year head coach, new coaching staff. I kind of expected they would have their bumps. I didn't expect them to be this bad, but
No.
it makes sense to me. Like you're not going to change that thing overnight.
No. I mean, I don't think they did anything to help the offensive line either.
Yeah, well, I mean, they brought in Chandler Zavala, but you don't expect rookies to step up like that. Like, and that's what happened. They put him in right at the beginning of the year, and he gets mollywopped. He's getting mollywopped. He's a rookie. He's going to take his lumps, but they're I think expected to get Austin Corbett back fairly soon.
I mean, if that's the highlight of your season is getting Corbett back. It's
well, I mean, they don't have their first round pick, so it's like kind of rough.
And their first round pick is right now the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, kind of rough how it drops like that, huh?
Yeah, because I mean, right now CJ Stroud is top 10 quarterback right now.
He also has a very good offensive coordinator, like Bobby Slowick coming from San Fran, gold mine.
Yep.
Gold mine. Bobby Slowick was really good over at San Fran. He was the passing game coordinator over there for the most part. While like Mike McDaniel, he took care of like the run, and he had Slowick taking care of the pass.
Pass. I mean, I don't think he's taking too many sacks either. I don't think he's taking more than 20 sacks this season.
Low-key, their offensive line is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Like even like because Juice Scruggs, the guy they drafted at Penn State to play center, he was hurt to begin the year. And it was the Notre Dame center who they drafted. I think they drafted, or maybe it was UDFA, but he comes in immediately and plays like well. I'm not saying he's playing like outstanding or anything, but like came in and played good football.
Yeah.
Like their offensive line is low-key pretty solid. Like they got the best tackle in the league.
Yep.
George Fant's playing well. They got Titus Howard over at left guard ain't playing so hot, but he's never played guard well in his career. No. It's more of a tackle.
Yep. Which is but it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the only down spot on their whole roster, or at least on offense, is Damian Pierce.
Well, they're fortunate enough to have apparently a Devin Singletary on the squad that's just gonna eat.
Yep. I was like, all right, because Damian looked great last season.
Yeah, he did. He was my RB3 last year going into the draft too.
Another good Florida kid. I was like, all right, go to Houston. You probably get to shine. I think he had 1,000 yards last season too, or damn near close.
Yeah, he was around there. But then, yeah, man.
This season is just like, oh no, we're good.
Yeah, I don't know. He comes back fairly soon. I think in the next couple of weeks. So let's see.
We'll see.
I mean, doesn't really matter. Tank Dell's eating. If you're in that passing game, you're eating. Noah Brown eating. I think he's out this week though.
I think so. Nico Collins.
Maybe Nico Collins eating.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz eating.
Oh, who's the other kid that just came back? John Mechie.
Yeah, Mechie. They also got Robert Woods.
Bobby Trees.
Yeah.
Which
Brevin Jordan too, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Houston could go tight end, honestly, this draft, and they probably said, well.
Oh, dude, if they get Brock Powers. Oh my gosh.
If they somehow found a way
there ain't no way, but
if they somehow found a way to trade up with Arizona to get Brock Bowers with CJ Stroud.
Dude. That's gonna cost so much though. There ain't no you don't trade up for a tight end like that.
No, if Brock Bowers wasn't but if he wasn't injured, I think you could make a case.
I'm gonna say I don't care if it's Travis Kelce. I'm not trading from like outside the 20s into the top 10 just because the price tag on that's going to be
Oh,
ludicrous. That pressure on that player is going to be ludicrous.
yeah.
Like, dude, look at Treylon Burks, man.
Traylon Burks.
Hey, we're drafting you. We're not saying you're supposed to be the next AJ, but everyone's going to expect you to be AJ Brown. Maybe you should just gave him his money and then still draft Burks.
It wouldn't have hurt them. No, I don't think they had a first-round pick that year.
Oh, they might not have. Regardless.
Yeah.
Just keep
they didn't because that was Philly at 18, and they off-drafted AJ and got that first-round in return. Because 2 picks later was the Hollywood trade.
That's right.
Which was another first-round pick.
Yeah.
That was a weird draft.
That's what receivers were going for, man. First and a third.
Yeah. Weird draft. That was a weird.
It was. Ravens cleaned up really nicely. Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum.
Yeah. Kyle Hamilton looked like a beast this year. I wanted him, but I was like, no, we need corner, we need receiver at that time. And John Dodson looked great last season, and this season you couldn't find him on the scouting report. Just fell off the face. Like, he's having drops, I think, every game.
That's
Spider-Man
surely gonna happen.
He said, I'm done with this.
Yeah. I mean, I think Dodson comes back, right? I mean, I guess Howell was too busy throwing to his former teammate,
De'Ami Brown, too busy throwing to Logan Thomas and Byron Pringle.
Yeah.
I expected this De'Ami Brown to show up when Sam took over.
Yeah.
And let's hope I've been waiting for them to use Mitchell Tinsley since the offseason.
Tinsley's nice.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm like, all right, you bring him in, like, good body, good build, good hands, and he's an Ashburn every week collecting the paycheck. I'm like, where is he?
Nice. Buried on the depth chart.
And then you bring back Kaz Allen on the practice squad. I was like, move him to punt and kick return. But he was good at UCLA.
He was. He's another guy, though. I feel like him, it's just kind of like they're very similar guys. They're probably like, well, Tinsley, I feel like can play the outside, but you're probably looking at like, okay, these are slot return men.
Yeah. And then we bring back Jamison Crowder, and he almost has a return touchdown within like 2 days.
There you go. Another slot return man.
Another slot return. Somehow our best offseason acquisition is an aged wide receiver for punt and kick return.
Yeah. People sleep on Crowder, man. Crowder ain't bad, man. I mean, I would like him as a wide receiver 4 or 5 on my squad. If he's a starter, then I feel bad. But like, he could come in and he could do stuff for you.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting his targets every week. I think he has 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah.
Which is not bad.
He had that one week where he just went off.
Yeah. For no reason.
No, absolutely not.
No reason. Terry McLaurin? Nah. John Dotson? No. Kirko? Probably injured. Logan Thomas?
Talk about Terry McLaurin, man.
I feel bad for him this season. He's not getting as nearly.
I feel terrible for Terry McLaurin.
This is, I think, his 11th quarterback in his 4-year tenure.
It must suck not being able to have a quarterback to throw you the ball.
Yeah.
Being a top 10 wide receiver, but not have like the statistics or the analytics to back it up.
Nope. I mean,
they're still pretty darn good, but
yeah. I mean, the fact that Mike Evans is saying, oh, the most underrated receiver is Terry McLaurin.
Truth.
It's saying something from a guy who's at 1,000 yards every single season in the league. Saying a kid who is at 1,000 yards every single season he's been in the league outside of his rookie year.
Well, why throw it to Terry McLaurin when you could feed Logan Thomas?
I just want him gone strictly because of contract reasons. His contract is absurd. It's like 20.
And then replace him with Brock Bowers.
I hope if we somehow found a way to stay inside the top 10, I don't think it would cost that much to move up to like 8.
Oh no, I think it only cost a 4th round pick last year for the Eagles.
To move up one spot.
Yeah, one spot.
Yeah. I think Tennessee has 8, so I would give them obviously the first. We swapped the first. I'll give them a 4th, and I'll give them Logan Thomas. You can have him back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Tennessee would love more tight ends.
I mean, they need all the help they can get.
Well, they need help, but it ain't tight end.
True. All right, I'll throw in
Hey, maybe throw in Leno.
I'll offload that contract. Maybe I'll give him. I'll give you Leno, Barton, and a Wiley for swap of the first, and you give us a 5th. Unload like 30 mil.
Oh man, I don't know if they could do that.
I don't know. No, watch it happen, and somehow they turn into like Pro Bowlers the next year. It's like, all right,
Oh, Will Levis, Mayo Man starts to
Man.
eat.
I mean, he's looked good, pretty
He
decent.
has.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a rough like last 5 quarters, but his
Yeah.
offensive line's also pants.
I feel bad for Malik Willis, if anything.
I mean, Malik's there for the ride.
Yeah. If I'm him, I'm like, what do I do? Do I just sit here and take it, or do I try to find a way out?
Well, Malik's probably a backup run back or backup run back. Wow. Backup quarterback at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, when we that's the thing with him, like at Liberty, just all his stuff was out of structure.
Yeah.
And you'd like worry about, okay, when inside structure, what's your ball placement? What's your accuracy going to be like? And it's just inconsistent.
Not a whole lot.
You just can't survive like that. Just ask Zach Wilson. And he's got banger arm, but everything he did at BYU outside of structure. And when it was, I mean, he had like 10 minutes to throw a ball. That offensive line was solid.
And he comes here the Jets don't have a bad offensive line. I think
they do now, man. They're all banged up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Zach, he's progressed, but you're not giving that guy another deal.
No way.
Hey, no way.
Nope. He'll be lucky to make 18 once he's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the XFL is right around the corner.
I'm sure he could make a team, maybe even like as an emergency quarterback.
Maybe, but
someone will be willing to try to develop those tools. Be like, oh, nah, man, just Jets broke them. We'll figure it out.
They'll be Dallas. That'll happen is Jerry goes back to his old ways of loving white quarterbacks.
We're gonna have him and Trey Lance battle out for QB3.
2 top 5 quarterback prospects battle out for the 3rd string beyond Cooper Rush. Because that's actually exactly how it would play out. Because you keep 4 on the roster with Jerry. He says, "Who do I like more? Who's that Wilson kid?" That's exactly how that would go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough stretch. Oh, I'm choking on my words.
That's fair, but yeah, I mean, score predictions. Yeah, Andrew's got within 1 point. Chris has got 6. I've got 4 points. You've got us winning by 17. You have the most.
Y'all better murder. Like in theory,
should have beat
the Raiders walloped this team.
Yep.
This is Tommy DeVito. He's still living at home. He watches tape at home.
Yeah. Which everyone's like, what? Why is he at home? Was he gonna play? Like, what would he do? And then
I think he got in on the joke too, because he was like, oh yeah, my mom still picks out my outfits and makes my bed. I was like, oh, he's just memeing the world now.
It's working though. Somehow working for him.
It's hilarious. I love it.
It's great. And then your Dolphins should absolutely shit on the Raiders.
In theory, I'm hopping on a Raiders show tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
There you go. Yeah, well, hopefully we should win. If not, I'm gonna go burn down FedEx Field.
Oh, that's incriminated evidence you're about to put out on the internet, my friend.
I'm gonna cut that. I can like that statements. I apologize for my outburst. If we lose to the Giants on Sunday, I don't know anybody who's on this coaching staff staying after being me. You lose to Tyrod Taylor and Tommy DeVito. And that enough said.
I mean, yeah, that's a death nail for any head coach.
Yep. Last year you beat Aaron Rodgers and you beat Tom Brady. No. Yeah, because that was the Heineke stretch. And you beat Dallas week
Heineke.
18. And
He's so fun.
it was great. And if you didn't tie that game against the Giants, you probably make that 7th seed. All right, cool. You have expectations going into the season. Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor. 2 losses.
Yeah, well, the NFL be a cruel mistress.
It is. NFL doesn't care. It's any given Sunday, unless you're the referees. Then everyone can get it.
Oh no, referees get it too.
Yeah,
they're making their paycheck.
They're part-time paycheck.
They got to hit a quota.
Exactly what it is. If we don't have 100 roughing the passer calls this season, we're all going to get fined. Let's go 3 a game. Oh, good Lord. That's what it feels like. It feels like it's 3 a game with some of these teams.
Yeah, man, it's just been bad. Just been bad. And I mean, and you got those people who are like, oh, the NFL scripted, it's rigged, and it's like doesn't help the case. I just think it's just incompetence.
Yeah, incompetence. I think some of it's like they're just going out of their own way to make this about them.
Yeah.
I could go on a 5-hour spiel about these referees, but I will not do that to you, or the viewers.
Gracias.
So I'm gonna wrap things up. I can't stress enough how thankful I am to get you on schedule wise, and you now knowing in Arizona, it's probably a little bit of an earlier night for you, but appreciate you coming on.
Hey, no, easy breezy, dude.
Appreciate it.
Go watch some WWE SmackDown now.
There we go. Hey, SmackDown's looking good. I can't wait for Survivor Series.
Ooh.
And we have what do we have tomorrow night for AEW? What pay-per-view is that?
Full Gear.
Full Gear?
Swerve and Hangman.
Hey, I want to know who that is. All right, who's under that devil mask is my question, because I don't think it's Punk.
It's not Punk.
It's not Punk. It's not Roddy. It's not Adam.
It's Adam.
It probably is.
I mean, I don't know what his timeline is injury-wise.
Yeah.
But
that's the weird thing.
Like low-key? Jungle Boy?
That would be the biggest F you to the fans.
Dude, during the whole 4 pillars of
oh yeah.
He was like, oh, you don't have that dark, gritty side to you. And it's like, there he is.
You're
dark
right.
and gritty now. He already turned heel.
He did. But but that should do it. Hopefully my Commanders go out and win on Sunday. Hopefully your Dolphins go out and win on Sunday against those Las Vegas Raiders. And if Antonio Pierce goes 3-0, he might have a legitimate case for next season.
If he beats the Dolphins, I'm not recording videos next week. I'm not going to show my face.
If y'all see a 1 week MIA from Broshmo, you know why.
Yeah.
You know why, but yeah.
Hey, I'm going on Thanksgiving break because I'm not.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
I'm not going to admit Dolphins losing to Raiders.
Your turkey will not feel as glorious.
It will not.
It will not.
It will not.
Nope. But hail to those Commanders, fins up, and don't forget to stay ballin'. We'll see y'all out there.